Well, good evening, pharmacy aficionados. Welcome back again to www.salessystem.com.au. My name's Glenn Guilfoyle and I head up the specialist group called The Next Level. And we come to you each month like this in video and written format with an insight or a collection of insights to assist you in your thinking and development of what we would call a total hosting and complete solution conversation model at the dispensary with your health customers. And this month I want to reflect on the lifespan thus far of the 6 community agreement and how at the outset, a little over a year ago now, the year 2020, its lifespan, seemed like a while down the track, a long time to go. And how now, I'm going to put it to you with some stats I want to share with you, how 1 and a bit years in, 2020 seems scarily close. So here we go. As a stakeholder in the pharmacy industry, over the past 4 years, it's become nigh on impossible to ignore the chorus, the exhortations to reinvent the service model for the health customers in order to survive and thrive the rapidly changing environment that we're all in. To summarise the call to arms, I'm going to analogize using an AFL paradigm. So for those of you in non-AFL states, please forgive me. But I liken the change required to getting the pharmacists out the front to play full forward, getting the techs out the back to play full back, marshalling the pharmacy assistants to be the midfielders to bring it all together, gather the loose ball crumbs and bring the customers into play. And that gives you the starting ticket. That's really only the starting ticket to marshal your people in the right places at the right time in order to then build and exhibit the skills for this notion that I call a total hosting and a complete solution conversation. So how has the industry progressed over the past 4 years as the spectre of 2020 looms so close? To help me answer this question, I'm going to take a deep dive into the data that we've had the privilege at the Next Level of collecting over the past 4 or so years. Data which helps to assess by observational audit a whole bunch of behaviours and activities around 3 broad notions: customer engagement effectiveness, script processing efficiency, and team tasking by role type. In other words, who is doing the customer engagement and who is doing the script processing. So prosecuting the year-by-year data that we've collected, when focusing on script customer visit experience, the first point to note is that the bedrock, adequate resourcing of the dispensary team, has shown no clear trend, which is perhaps a bit surprising given the pressure on cost reduction over that 4-year period. It sort of hovered above and around the current average of 7.7 full-time equivalent staff to process a standardised 100,000 script items per annum. The proportional team representation made up of pharmacist resource after taking an initial dip 4 years ago from above 50% has really over the remaining years hovered around the 45% mark. So no clear trend there. With adequate resourcing, the team can then deliver on the process or increase the speed of processing scripts and increase the streamlining and efficiency underpinning that. In fact, the time to process has also oscillated around a pretty static mark over that 4 years, at around 4 minutes and 15 seconds on average, with no real trend each way. That's 4 minutes and 15 seconds per script item. Next point, with good processing speed, the team can aspire to invite customers to stay in the store rather than breaking their dispense in 2 visits, going to the Coles or Woolies or whatever, and coming back to pick up the script. Again, prosecuting the data to look at the year-on-year trends over the last 4-year period, we find no real trend, with annual results sort of bobbing up and down around an average of 47%. If the team can achieve higher script customer visit retention rate, then it can focus on increasing engagement. This time we do find a trend. Sadly, it runs the wrong way. The data shows that the engagement duration has shrunk from 2 minutes and 29 seconds 4 years ago to an average of 2 minutes and 1 second over the last 12 months. And at that level, 2 minutes and 1 second, the duration represents 46% engagement of the total visit duration. In other words, 54%, 8% higher, we leave the customer disengaged. Ouch, especially when you consider the visit retention rate of 47%. So 53% of customers choose to go to the Coles and Woolies. Why? To avoid disengagement. Yet, we afflict them with higher levels of disengagement than engagement, despite a 47% script customer visit retention rate. Next point, if the team gets focused on increasing engagement time, it sort of follows that they get focused on repositioning the pharmacist out the front. We know this anecdotally, but what does the data tell us? Incredibly, no trend. The results on forward orientation of pharmacists have bounced up and down over the 4 years, with the current index running at around 50%. In other words, that means that for every health customer arriving at a customer serving counter, script in, script out, OTC, across the industry, half the time they will be greeted and served by a pharmacist. In those pharmacies where the pharmacists are considerably more forward oriented than this 50% benchmark, again anecdotally, the team can then focus, and we've seen this, on maximising proactive counselling and solution conversation as a key feature of that engagement. Again, actually, beyond the anecdotes, when we prosecute the data year on year for 4 years in a row, we see no trend, with these critical conversation durations bobbing up and down around the current average of a mere 33 seconds. That's 33 seconds of that 2 minutes and 1 second of engagement that I mentioned in the last bullet point. And then, final point, the holy grail for those that embrace the notion that providing rich proactive counsel maximises the number of relevant health products and services added on during the script customer conversation. Now we do find a trend. There is only 3 years of this particular data, but it has risen steadily from 17 non-script health product add-ons to currently, or at least the last 12 months, 37. So how do we explain this contradiction? Engagement has gone down. Proactive counsel and solution sale has remained constant at a small proportion of engagement. Pharmacist forward orientation to the serving counters has remained static. So with these behavioural trends not going the way that the peak bodies would have us, yet add-ons for script customers going increasingly higher, the only real explanation for this is that customers are initiating and driving the conversations that are providing these increased add-ons. So in other words, the customers are filling the void of increasing proactivity of conversation and counsel by the pharmacists and health professionals. Ouch, ouch. And that is why I put it to you, 2020 suddenly seems so scarily close. The change, at least as averages across the industry, is too slow. I hope this has given you some food for thought about the rate of change in your pharmacy. And don't forget, at the next level, we're only a phone call away to help you move to the next level of a total hosting and complete solution service model. Until next month, Glenn Guilfoyle. Bye for now.